What is good, guys? It is the Blue Line back at it again with another live jewelry making session. Today, we're going to be wrapping some more Moldavite. So, this is a piece of Moldavite that we're going to be wrapping today. Show you guys. So, this is going to be another component to the bracelet that I've been working on the past week. So, we have all of these right here. The living desert glass, some more Moldavites. And there was one component that I made off stream that I'm going to be trying to match. So first we made some of these Moldavite pieces, the ones with the spiral wrap. So we already made three pieces of those. I'm probably gonna make maybe one more piece of those, or maybe three more pieces. We're gonna see how it goes. And I also made this this Libyan desert glass, and this is a piece of Moldavite that we're gonna be trying to match today. So what I'm gonna do is at the end of each side of the Libyan desert glass, we're gonna add these Moldavite pieces, these triangle type pieces. So I'm gonna try to make another triangle piece of Moldavite. But yeah, let's get to the work desk. So yeah, I did change up my I changed up my layout a little bit just so I could also vertical stream at the same time. So I needed everything centered. But yeah, so let's get into it, guys. So I'll just show you on this camera what we're trying to make the component for. So we already have this one Moldavite. So this one Moldavite I made off stream, but we're gonna make it like this. All right, we're gonna add this piece over here, and then we're gonna make another piece for this end. So I tried my best. I went through like hundreds of pieces of Moldavite, and this was like the only one I could find that kind of match. It is a little bit thicker and whatnot. So what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to make the frame around the same, and yeah, we're just gonna take it from there. Let me open up my chat as well. Hold on, I'm on OBS Studios. I just gotta open up my chat. How do I open my chat? Right here. All right, perfect. Hopefully it doesn't crash. What's going on? Just give me a moment, guys. I'm gonna fix all this technical stuff on my end. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. So I already set out all my tools and whatnot, and we're just gonna get straight into it. Hopefully, you guys can see my work desk as well. So I'm gonna keep this one other triangle piece of Moldavite out. So when I did make it myself, it took me I think like 3 or 4 hours to make this one. But hopefully, since I already know how to like the gist of how I'm gonna do it, hopefully this one can be a little bit quicker. And yeah, so we're gonna start off with some 20 gauge wire. I actually took notes from the last time I made this, and I'm gonna check how much wire did I use for that, so I can get an idea of how much wire I'm gonna need for this. So I don't want to overcut too much. Did I use 18 gauge on that? No, I used 20 gauge. Okay, 1 second. 20 gauge. All right. So I think I'm probably gonna cut. I think I'm gonna cut. Um, maybe I should cut like 8 inches, 10 inches, just to be on the safe side. I think I'll just go with um 9 inches to be, to be fair with that. And then yeah, we'll take it from there. All right. So let me get my 20 gauge. Not my 20 gauge. I also have my 20 gauge cut from before. Let me see how much I have on this end. I think it's in my 20 gauge. I just cut some new wire. Should I? Or was this the 18 gauge? I think this was the 18 gauge wire. Yeah. This is the 18 gauge. I'm gonna also cut some 20 gauge over here. What was this wire that I cut earlier? I think it was 22 gauge. We use that for the wrapping, for the weaving and whatnot. Um, but yeah, so let me drink some water. All right, so first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut some 20 gauge for this piece of Moldavite that I have on my desk right now. I'm just gonna cut 9 inches just to stay on the safe side of things. I need to cut on this good. All right, we got a little over 9 inches. Let me just flush cut the ends of these. Hopefully the colors are looking better on my camera too now. I adjusted a few things this time. Still work in progress, guys. I'm gonna straighten out the wires. I'm gonna try my best to stay conscious of like what's actually showing on this camera over here. Um, so I would try to keep all of my work in view. Yeah, I noticed that with my other setup, how it wasn't showing my work too much in detail. I could make this the bigger screen, but I don't know. For right now, I think I'm gonna keep it like this. All right, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to like as well. Get this out in the algorithm so we can get some more viewers up in here. Subscribe if you're new as well. I do go live quite often now. Also game and whatnot. So, all right, so we're just gonna blunt out the wires towards the end so they don't jab and get caught into things. So these flush cutters are pretty good, but since it is a straight cut, you still want to round off the edges just to make it smooth, you know. And I just use these pliers to do it. If it's since I'm working with copper wire, this works fine. But if I'm working with something harder, say like steel wire, I will use my diamond files for that. All right, so we're gonna just round off the other end as well. All right, I think that should be good for right now. The cent's probably gonna get cut anyways later on, but you still want to round it. You want to round off in the beginning, so like while you're working with it, you don't get stabbed with it. You know, that does happen to me quite often. That I keep cutting, then there's a time that I'm like, you know what, I don't want to round it off, but I'm a little impatient, and I do sometimes end up jumping myself. So always good to take care of that stuff from the beginning. All right, now let's see how big of a loop I need on this. Did I use this wire last? Did I use? I don't remember if I used this last time. If I use these round pliers or the other ones to get these the other ones. Yeah, these are fine. This seems fine. This size right here. Pretty small loop, just so I can like when I'm connecting the components, I can put the jump ring in. So I'm doing 3 ends like this piece where I have 3 loops, because this middle loop is gonna connect to the living desert glass over here from the side, and then these top ones, before I was gonna make these other components, these other Moldavite components right here, I was gonna connect them like horizontally, but I decided that I'm gonna keep them vertical. So since I'm keeping them vertical, I'm gonna be connecting like both ends, like from the top and bottom. I'm probably gonna connect it with a chain And just I can have vertical pieces around it. Let me get more stones into the bracelet as well, and also make it a bit of a wider of a bracelet. All right, so what did I do afterwards with this one? Let me put this piece of as well. All right, so yeah, I didn't loop it. What I did was I kept it like this. Okay, so I kept it like this. And now we're gonna put this here, try to get it in the middle of the piece. I'm gonna try to get it in the middle of the piece right here. So I'm going to try to keep the edges a little straight, just so the frame has a really clean look to it, even though stone isn't completely straight. Um, but it will still be held in place the way that I do wrap it, so it should not be a problem. This part is a little bit tedious. So it was kind of hard finding a matching Moldavite because you were looking for a similar shape at a similar size as well. So you can just imagine, right? Since these are natural, completely natural, raw pieces, they don't always come out to be exactly like it's really tough to come across things that are exactly the same. You can get similar shapes, but then it comes down to the size as well, the proportions, all that good stuff. Let's fix that up a little bit. Just trying to match the proportions to this piece right here. Match as closely as possible, but at the same time, you need to make sure that while you're matching it, that it also still fits the stone good, the proportions of the stone. So I want the loop lined up to the top of the triangle. So you will leave a little bit space in between just to get the same size proportions, but at the same time, like when we do weave it, it should hold it in place. Inshallah. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it to the other side, straighten it out a little bit. The reason why we're taking it to the other side is that's where we're gonna start the loop from. Straighten it out a little bit. It's okay to get or tool marks on this, like on this end. Just try to get the shape as perfect as possible because we're gonna be weaving over it, so it will hide those tool marks. So it should be all right. Should I bring it down a little bit? Yeah, I think I might bring it down a little, just a little bit, tad bit. Just don't want to overwork the wire because you want to break it. Good enough. Yeah, that should be good enough. Okay, now to get the same similar um, shape of the loop. All right, now we're gonna do this. So this is what we got so far right here. All right, so we have the loop here. Now we're gonna make the top loop here, and then after we're gonna wrap the triangle shape. We're gonna wrap the triangle shape like this, and then make a bottom loop, and then connect it back up, and then do another layer over it. So that second layer is gonna be where the prong we use to form the prongs, and then we're gonna wire wrap, or we're gonna weave basically that part as well with a thinner gauge wire. So now it's about making the loop, and I'm gonna try to make the loop towards the edge. So I did make it a little bit different last time, the way that I did it, but way that the okay, I think this should be good enough. Okay, we got this loop over here. Now I want to bring this wire and not tie the loop here, but once it's like this, you want to bring it back like that. So it's not going to be closed yet, but when we weave it, it will appear to be closed. So, okay. I think you have to be careful with these, especially these very fine round nose pliers, because if you put too much pressure, it will cut the wire. So I'm trying to be a little careful. Let me see if this one works. This one works too. See this, we use this wire because this, or this round nose, because it's gonna keep it safe. This round nose doesn't cut the wire if you put too much pressure on it. So we just use this right here. Now we brought it here. Now we can do whatever fixing we need to do. on this wire. It seems like it's a little. It's, oh, you know what? You know what? Actually, it does seem to be a little thinner already. Let me see, because I might have to redo this. I might have to redo it. I think I might have overworked it a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo it. That's fine. That's completely fine. And I don't think I'm gonna need to cut more wire because I already cut a good amount of wire for this. So we just redo that whole process now. It happens, guys. It happens. It's all right. Took us about 15 minutes to do that, but it's okay. We just redo it. It's not a problem. At least we know we got an idea of how to do it. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid was overworking that wire. You know what? I'm gonna try to move this camera a little bit higher because I feel like yeah, because sometimes I bring it up here and I'm working over here. You guys aren't seeing it, so I'll just keep it like that. Hopefully, it's better like this. Okay, we'll try it one more time. This go like this. If the loop is too big, you can always make it smaller. I think the loop is perfect for this. Yeah, the loop is perfect. I loop the other way this time. Yeah, actually, let me redo that. Okay, that's better. I just brought the other end of the wire towards the back of it. So we're gonna be careful this time not to overwork the wire. I'm just making sure it fits the 18 gauge. Yeah, it has a lot of room for 18 gauge. That's what I'm right there jumping out of. Hey, what's good, Maria? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, just looking at the chat right now. It's going pretty good. How you doing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, that last pendant was crazy. It actually took 4 tries, but it came out nice. I'm happy with that. I actually posted in my shop. When did I post? I posted it yesterday. I took like nice pictures of it. It was a little difficult because like the camera, like on on newer phones and stuff, it adjusts the color itself. So sometimes like 'cause it had the orange on it from the sunstone. It kind of made it difficult like to get good pictures with it because it was giving it more of a warm color, and it was also the time of the day I took it towards the evening time, close to evening time. So the sunlight it is a little bit more orange during that time. So all right, so let's see, got it over here. Now to match that, match the other piece. I think yeah, that should be good right there. Oh, I think I want to make it a little bit bigger actually. Yeah. Trying to make it closer to that last piece that we cut off. Hey, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. But you can just see all my work over there if you just want to see some eye candy. I haven't posted too much on my Instagram. I need to start getting on top of that. I think this is good. You see now with so last time it took like 15, 20 minutes to get to this point, and this time we got there in 5 minutes, like around 5 minutes time. Not bad. So this is our second attempt so far at wrapping this. Oh no 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 no! Well, I think it might have been too big. That might be too big. But yeah, I always spend a lot of time getting the proportions right, cause like that's the biggest regret. Like when everything comes out smooth, but some of the first proportions are off a little bit, it can throw off the overall neatness of the piece. Let's see, proportion wise, well, a little bit. Okay. Like I said, I don't want to overwork it. Don't want to overwork it. Don't want to underwork it either. I think that's good. That proportion is good. Oh, you got your Larmer? And beautiful. And they also sent me Blue Amber. Oh, that's sick. I didn't know they had Blue Amber in Dominican. I know they have it in Indonesia. I was about to actually buy some, but like the supply was being difficult. I just didn't end up getting any. This was like a couple years back. I was trying to get some tumbled and trying to get some. I don't remember if I was trying to get carvings from them or or bead or what it was, but yeah, they're just being a little difficult. So yeah, I just don't got the time to deal with that. Early on, like when I first started all this stuff, the type of shit I'd go through with suppliers, I put up with so much shit, but I don't anymore. It's like, bro, if you're gonna make business difficult, I'm not gonna do business with you unless the return on investment is extremely high. Then, for example, like with Moldavite, since it's so hard to get and it's such a valuable stone, sometimes I put up with a little bit of shit. My threshold for taking shit from suppliers is a little bit higher from Moldavite, but yeah. Oh yeah, so Maria, since you just came in, I'm trying to match this piece. So I made this off stream a few days ago. This piece right here is Moldavite set in that is similar to the Libyan desert glass, the way that I wrapped it. So I'm trying to like match this piece right here. It's like it's like a weaved piece. Sorry about the light. Mother light, the battery died on its charging right now. But I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to match that with another raw piece of Moldavite that's similar, kind of similar in shape. But yeah, it took a long time figuring it out, getting like the matching piece. Like, I went through a lot of stones because, like I was explaining earlier, it's like you want to get similar size, you want to get a similar shape with similar proportions and similar size. And when you're working with uncut stones, with raw stones, it's very difficult. So I'm just blessed. Thank God that I got a good amount of moldavites, or else it just would have been hell. Try to work with what I got. Gee, these loops are probably going to be a little bit bigger than I want them to be. Gosh, you know what? Like once I saw this one pendant at this one crystal shop, it was like at this flea market, like I think it was like a couple hours away, but that flea market closed during COVID. And they had a pendant with like moldavite and and the armor. It was such a beautiful armor. That quality of armor is so hard to come by now, and it's like super expensive. Before it used to be it was still expensive stone, but it used to be a little bit cheaper. Same with like moldavite and stuff. Honestly, I think it was like $120 or something like that, and with a nice piece of moldavite. Now that moldavite alone is probably $120, not set in a pendant or anything. It was like a sterling piece as well. Even silver's prices have gone up so much. Everything has gone up. So yeah, so this is basically how I'm doing it. So I do each edge or each side. I'm doing it separately. And the thing is, since I'm connecting one end is gonna connect to the Libyan desert glass because it's horizontal, and then the other mold device that I did the spiral wraps on, the spiral wrap Moldavites. Before I was gonna connect them like this horizontally, right? So horizontally they have this. I was gonna do it like that, but now I'm gonna place them vertical. And since I'm placing them vertical, the loops are at the top. So now to connect the the top loops, I'm probably gonna add like a copper chain in between the loops. So that way I have a wider bracelet with the vertical stones in it. And like the middle piece is gonna be connected horizontally, and but the that's why this piece, since it's connecting the centerpiece Libyan desert glass, going to connect from here, and then the other Moldavites are going to be connected like this. So I have to make three loops, and then what I'm doing is I'm when I'm bending the wire, I'm keeping them straight, and then I'm just leaving a little bit of room, and I'm using these like these pliers, these what are these flat pliers to make like straight edges, and then I'm gonna weave it, and that should hold the stone in place while giving me the shape that I want as well. Yeah, so I'll show you like these ones are good. These Zuron, I forget the Zuron 485 is XURON. They have these really thin bottle nose. Like they're it gets pretty thin, but the only problem is if you put too much pressure, or sorry, this isn't the bottle nose. Sorry, I gave you the wrong model number. These are the bottle nose right here. They're called the Zuron 488 pliers, and they're bottle nose. Okay, but they're really it gets really thin from the top. But if you press too hard, it will cut through the wire since it's so fine. Because usually I was using these normal uh sorry, not bottle nose, the brown nose pliers. Bottle nose are different. Before I was using this, but then I decided to invest in these. So those work good as well. Zoran has some really nice fine ones. Even these flathead pliers, they have some really thin ones, and then they have some wider ones as well. I purchased both. They're a little bit more on the expensive side, and if you're outside of America, shipping does cost a little bit. Or if you're buying them in your country, it's gonna be the markup's gonna be pretty high, but honestly, it's worth it. And I'm not endorsed by them or anything, but if they do want to endorse me, holla at me, Zuran. But yeah, the only place I found them like in Canada for a decent price was like this hobby shop. It was a hobby shop for people that make like train tracks and stuff. You know those miniature trains and whatnot. Um, seems like yeah, these are working out fine. Or two chip and they messed up my wires. Yeah. Also, remember to flatten your wires. Use these nylon pliers, nylon things, because people don't make tool marks. Okay, now to make the next edge. I'm gonna have to take a break in a little bit to pray. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. Let me just get this end. Okay, now I'm gonna stick my flat nose or my bottle, my round nose on here, and try to make the next edge for the triangle. Cause this is a irregular shaped moldavite, so I can't usually really use a stone to guide the edge that I'm making over here. Oh, I should have left a little bit more room. You know, when I was making it bigger, I should have kept it like that. So let's see how this comes out. Think I'll just I'm using my other piece as like a template. Yeah, I'm gonna take my break in a little bit. Dun, dun, dun. I think I started a little bit late today because I had to fix my layout because I'm doing a vertical stream as well. So when people are going to YouTube Shorts, my live might show up to them. So far, it hasn't helped getting more viewers in here, but I think with time, maybe they might start pushing my stream in YouTube Shorts, which would be nice. All right. So, how this layout though? Is it like a little bit better? Like the view of the work area. The thing is, my other light, the battery's very low on it. Look, it turned off. I have it plugged into. Oops. The thing I can maybe make it a little bit better. I think that's a little bit better. The thing is, when I have it up here, you can't really see it. When I go like this, and then my head's kind of cut out. Whatever. Yeah, you know what? This end is a little bit lower than the other one. Alright. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I just gotta be consistent. Just gotta be consistent. I've been putting it off for the longest time because I'm like, yo, who's gonna want to watch me wire wrap and stuff? Is the colors a little bit better too? Like, is it a little bit more realistic? The colors, like more vibrant. All right. This triangle's a little bit too. It's not a little bit different than my other piece. But maybe if I go like this. Sometimes the image is up when you bring it close to your face. Sometimes the image is up. What do you mean by that? Wait, tell me what I should change if I need to change anything. But yeah, even my content creation journey's been like up and down, up and down. I'm gonna take out other flat pliers just because they're a lot wider. It might actually be perfect for now. Maybe try white something on your work table. It'll be easier to see that. Just yeah. The thing is, I use this for everything. I eat on this as well, so it's like do my thing. Yeah, maybe I should get like a white placemat. Maybe a white placemat would be better. Do you think I should bring the camera closer to my hands? The thing is, this way it covers more area, and I'm the reason why it's small like this is so like because on YouTube Short, this is what you're seeing. Everything between my arms. That's what you're seeing on YouTube Shorts, right? If my live comes up on YouTube Shorts, it shows like this. So it's like, all right, yeah, I think I'm ready for my break because I gotta really use the bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna take like a 10-minute break. Be right back. Let's see, where's the thing for it? All right, be right back, guys. Oh, I'm gonna here too. Maybe 5 6 minutes, guys. Alright, guys, I am back. Let me fix the focus on this. Alright, hopefully the focus is better. Alright, guys, thanks so much for the patience. We're gonna get back to making this. So far, this is what we got for the frame, for the triangle frame for the Moldavite. Now we're just gonna make the third loop. Alright, we just made the third loop now. And then hopefully we'll be able to set this properly on the frame. And I'm hoping, God willingly, that when I do set it, you can still see the edges of the frame where the wire wrap is done. I didn't leave that much room, to be honest. So I just try my best to get the frame similar to the other frame. So the centerpiece is surrounded by matching pieces, matching components. Alright, so the image is up. I mean, I can see your fingers and the piece because it's off camera. Alright, so you know what? Yeah, this is kind of perfect. This is the only blind spot of the stream right here. If I have the piece right here, I usually wouldn't. If I'm looking, I have it up here. If not, I have it down here. I think it's a good setting so far for the stream. All right. Okay, how did I make this other loop the bottom loop? How did I make the bottom loop? Hmm. Okay, I think it's perfect. I can kind of see it's sitting pretty good in the frame so far. So I think it should come out good. Keep this over here. All right. Now I gotta make the third loop, third and final loop. So I'm gonna take my time with this one, make sure I put the loop at the right spot. I do want to bend it in a little bit. No, let's see how this comes out. How far is that loop from there? I think that should be fine. Bring it up. Everything's fine over here. Alright, I think it should be fine having the loop down here. Um, Is the wrong part. Oh no. Oh, oof. Why did I miss? It's okay if it's not completely perfect, because the thing is, like, can't get everything completely perfect, you know? Try to get as close as possible. Sometimes, like, something you just leave, because if you try to fix them, you mess it up. Did I mess up the integrity of this wire? No, I didn't. Still good from this end. I just can't. Um. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. Just don't wanna cry, yo. Come on, don't make me cry. Don't make me cry, cry. Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry. No, 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 no. Okay. These are nose pliers. Come clutch for me. Come clutch. Come on. Come clutch. Please come clutch. Please come clutch. I think this is alright. I think this is alright. So we got so far for the frame to set the Moldavite in. I think it's coming alright. See the bottom loop right here? I kind of was messing it up a little bit, but we're gonna leave it like that. It's not 100% perfect. It's at 90%. We say 90, maybe 95. 95, yeah. Okay, let's see if it fits. See if it fits. Let's see. Oh no 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 no. Oh no 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 no. Come on, be careful. Be careful, Blue. Be careful. Came this far. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Didn't come this far to mess it up, man. Come this far to mess it up. See how big of a gap there is between this. Just a slightly more of a gap. Just a millimeter bigger. That should be fine. A millimeter isn't much. Because millimeter on one end would mean that on each end they're just half a millimeter apart, which is good. It's good. It's good. We happy. We happy. Now, now what did I do? What did I do after this? Where did this go? Oh yeah, now I'm gonna to make a little niche because I'm gonna I have to make a little niche over here because I'm gonna wrap it around second layer and then I'm gonna cut it here. So that's why this layer has to be a little bit more down because if it's at the same level as the second one, when I wrap it back around, it's gonna be like a little bit raised up. It's gonna be a little bit raised up. So you want it to be raised. You want it to be equal level. And the reason is because there's a loop there. So even though technically it's on the same level, just because the way that the loop is and it's slightly going up this way over the loop, that's why you want to, even if it's at the same level, the first layer of this end might be like a little bit like like you just want to bring it a little bit lower. So then when you stack the second layer on top of it gets equaled out. It just gets equaled out. I can't really explain it too much. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's just how it goes. Actually, by doing that, I think I equaled out like this the length of this side as well. Cause it was like a millimeter bigger. Now I think it's equaled out. Yeah. Though it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, I should have made the loop a little bit lower. Because loop isn't completely perpendicular to the pointy side. It's like half a millimeter over. It's okay. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. The reason why I'm making the niche again because the second layer is basically continuous, the same wire. So you have the first layer going like this, and then the second layer when it's being added onto, because once it's done a full lap to get onto then it's become the second layer, but the same wire, so it slants up a little bit to sit on top of the first layer, which has already been completed. So that's why you want to make a niche towards the end of that first layer, so when it comes a full lap around, it seems leveled off. That's why I was having a hard time explaining before, but nah, hopefully it makes sense. Yeah, I have to just be careful because oh yeah, this loop is really small now. Will it fit the fit this one? Damn. Can't mess with it too much. Cause like I said, I have to. I need to make sure that this wire fits through the 18 gauge. Cause I think I'm gonna make the jump ring out of this wire. Not sure right now. Wait, does it even fit through this? I have to see if it fits through the chain that I have. The copper chain that I'm used to connect. It actually might not fit through it. I think with it, leave it. Okay, now I gotta wrap this wire. Alright, an hour and a half in. Not bad, not bad. Now, let me get to it. Second layer. Wait. The first layer, we got this here. Now I just gotta tie it. How did I tie it last time? Did a little bit of it. Okay, yeah. And once I tie it, then I'm gonna bend this end a little bit more here. So it's more aligned to it. Because this loop is a little bit more to this side. Oh, you know what? It might actually be fine like this. Yeah, I think it'll be fine like this. All right. So let's start wrapping wrapping the second layer onto the first layer. Now let me see how much 22 gauge wire I need for the weaving. Hold on, guys. Let me fix the blur on there. Come on. Okay, 1 second, guys. Gotta deactivate this. Deactivate. Reactivate. Come on, let's go. All right, better. Okay, so let me. So I take whenever I make a piece, I always take down notes just so when I make a similar piece, I kind of know how much wire to cut. So last time I used 12-inch 22 gauge. So I think I'm going to stay on the safe side. 1, 2, 3. Should I do 16 just to stay on the safe side? Let me see how much wire is this. Yeah, it's a little bit more. We just use this full wire. It's okay. Yeah, cut some of it off. Just so it's not too much wire to weave through. It's 12-inch. Let's keep it at 16-inch. Well, that's not right. How did it do? Oh, for 3. Yeah, let's just do 6. Okay, just to stay on the safe side, I'll keep it at 17. Whoa. Just to stay on the safe side, I'll keep the 17. So I'm guessing it's probably around 2.5 to 3. So we're using 5 times more wire 22 gauge to weave the 20 gauge. That should be enough. 5 times the amount. Because it does take more wire because you're wrapping loops around the one that's already there, and then you're wrapping them like right next to each other. Each ring is going to be like hugging each other, right? So it does use quite a lot of wire when you are doing the weaving part. Let me just clip off these ends, even them out. I haven't even been paying attention to my thing too much. My camera. Hopefully, like the work's been. It wasn't in the blind spot, which is right here. I wasn't even paying too much attention. My bad, guys. You know what? I need to make this point a little bit lower. So when my head is a little bit lower, gets my forehead. Cause I'm going like this. Yeah, that's better. And then push this. Let me put this up a little bit more. Yeah, I think this is good enough. This is going like this. Oh yeah, there's no blind spot now. This is the only blind spot right here. Literally right here. You go a little bit. You see something on my top screen. Down here on my left. Alright, that's good. This is pretty bright too. Now it's a little darker. Else I think this should be fine. Just a little over an hour and 30 minutes into the stream. Hopefully, we can finish this within 3 hours, or at the 3 hour mark. Hopefully, it'll be done by then. Inshallah. That way, I can eat. Now, so I will start the weave at the bottom layer and leave excess wire. You want to leave excess wire so that way, cause I'm gonna need to undo some of the loops when I bring the loops back around. Cause I'm starting from here. I'm starting from here, right at the bottom. We're gonna, and this is the where the second layer starts at the top, above this loop, right? So I'm gonna start from underneath the loop, and I'll use excess wire sticking out. So once I go above this loop, and then I bring it all around the triangle and back up this, I can undo some of it and bring this wire here, and then go back up to that layer again, and just to get it more secure. Hopefully that made sense. Oh no. Oh no. 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 Oh no. No. Ay, 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 ay. Here. That's fine. No. straight into my thing. 1 second, guys. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna wash in cold water. I stabbed myself. Hold on. Damn. Come on, cold water. Come on. Oh, it's so warm. The water. Come on, turn cold. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna take care of you. Cut you quick. That's the thing with thinner wire gauge, or this thinner gauge. It's like, oh, I didn't round it out after I cut it. Shoot. That's what I forgot to do. Hold on, I'm just gonna ice it real quick. That's what I was talking about, guys. That when you forget to round it out, it can stab you. That's exactly what happened. See? That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. When the wire is when the wire is too when the wire is too thin and you don't round it's after you cut it, you don't round it out. That's what happened. You accidentally stab yourself with the wire. Ice it out. So it was handy to have an ice pack made in a freezer. So when things like this happen, take care of it right now. Hopefully, we won't get scabbed up. Hopefully, blood won't come out. I'm gonna leave it there for a few more seconds, and then we're gonna get back to. All right. Oh, let me not give myself a frostbite. Damn, bro. Damn. That's that shit, yo. Okay. Damn good. Damn good. Damn good. My thumb's a little cold. Hopefully, it doesn't. Let me take care of the blur there as well, guys. Now, which end was it? Oh, yeah. See that, guys? Exactly what I was talking about. The one time that I didn't make the wire blunt, it stabbed me right in my finger. Hopefully the ice stopped it from bleeding out. Oh, damn, bro. How many times have I said that? Always, like, whenever I'm rounding out the wires, remember, guys, round out the wires because you don't want to stab yourself with them. Exactly what I was talking about. Crazy. Isn't that crazy? Like, yo, I felt it go straight into my finger. I was like, oh shit. It probably went in at least like, would it have been a millimeter? Not a millimeter, probably half a millimeter into my finger. Like, I felt that shit. Like, no. The problem is that ring is too high. I kind of messed it up a little bit. You know what? I think I might be able to bring the ring a little lower after I get to the wrapping. So bad, bro. Yeah, that ring is way too high, bro. That ring is way too high. No, it's about the same now. Yeah, I'll be able to. I'll fix it. I'll fix it later. Let me just get to the. Let me just secure this layer at least. damn. Whoa. Yeah, I'll straighten out this wire later. Let me just secure it because it doesn't have to be bent too much and to straighten it out. So I can do it after I weave it too. I just be a little careful with it. I use the nylon pliers because it is the longer edge, so the nylon pliers should fit. I wonder if something's wrong with my chat, bro. Alright. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Make sure to like the video, guys. Something's okay. I think I iced it on time, so there's no blood coming out of my thumb. Thankfully. I'm not supposed to. Was I supposed to take it all the way up there? No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on. I'm supposed to be forming the prong. I completely forgot. Yeah, I forgot. I'm supposed to be forming the prong. That can't afford to be absent-minded when you're making these. Attention to detail is very important. It's gotta be gentle when you're doing a loop. Hopefully, just one loop that I gotta do, not too many. Or else that would have been tragic. And luckily, with the loops, even if the wire crimples up a little bit, with weaving, you don't see the crimps in the wire. So just gotta be careful not to break the wire because it is very delicate. Straightening out the wire. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to make the first prong. Down for the first prong. Oh, no, no, no. Do I have to take another one down? think this should be good. So bring this down. Just trying to bring the jump ring a little bit down, or the loop, so it's a little bit closer towards. I want it to be perpendicular to this end of the triangle, the one that's pointing out. So it's like very much centered. Gotta be a little careful not to mess it up. That's a little bit better. Let me secure that end, the beginning of the prong with the wire over here. Straightening out the edge a little bit too. Almost hitting the 2 hour mark. About halfway done. Damn, I have it in a blind spot the whole time, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring this up a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. There's no blind spot now. I'm not keeping it over here, over here. Okay. Alright, this is better now. Sorry about that, guys. It's a new setup, so trying my best here. So, good so far. You just make sure it fits, still fits in. You gotta keep checking that the stone fits in with each setting. So if you need to make minor adjustments, you can make them right now. You don't wait until the end of the pendant, or else yeah, certain things you just can't change later on. I think this is good enough setting right here. I'm just kind of bummed out about this one loop right here because it's so small. Not gonna fit an 18 gauge, but 18 gauge isn't gonna fit through this chain anyways. Let me make sure that at least the 20 gauge fits through it. If the 20 gauge doesn't fit through it either, that's gonna be bit of a problem. All right, 20 gauge fits to it. I think I'll make the jump ring out of 20 gauge. I wanted to make 18 gauge jump rings, but is there any way for me to make it a little tad bit bigger? No, I'm not gonna mess with it too much. I feel like I'm just gonna break it. I keep messing with it. Unless I, oh no, if I do it from here. Oh no, I think it's actually fit now. Okay, yeah, I opened it up enough. I think it could actually work now. This might actually work. Okay, now we'll start wrapping. Continue wrapping the second layer. So this is what we got so far. Sorry. Damn, the angle of the camera won't let me. Anyways, hold on. Let me try to show here. This is what we got so far. Man, it's okay. To watch not to scratch up that part of the wire because that's going to be a prong. I want the prongs to be clean. I can buff it out a little bit, but I just want it to be as pristine as possible since we're spending so much time on it, you know? 2 hours, 10 minutes in. Every so often, we just gotta make sure that still fits, the stone still fits in because we are working with the raw stone, guys. Just gotta keep. So if we do need to make adjustments, we'll be able to make adjustments. This one fits right. It's snug. How am I gonna make that work? Figure something out. Just keep wrapping. Oh, whenever I hear really loud noise, I look out. Sometimes I've seen some really nasty accidents happening from my place, so really nasty ones. Well, there's no problem with this end. Completely forgot. I can keep wrapping it. Completely forgot there's no prong on this end. That bottom prong, the bottom loop, I just made it a little bit too early. I should have elongated a little bit more and then done it. But everything happens for a reason, so you see, we'll see about that. See if it fits still. I don't want it to be too raised. What's good? What's good, guys? Make sure to click that thumbs up. Almost there. So far, this is what we got for the framing for the stone, the Moldavite stone right here. So it's gonna sit something like something like this. Trying to match this piece right here, so we can put it in between this Libyan desert glass piece right here that I already wrapped on another stream. Oh, we're almost there, guys. 2.5 hours in so far to this component, the bracelet. We're close to making the final prong as well. We're just gonna finish wrapping up this side of the triangle. Okay, let's see if the stone still fits in this piece right here. Yup. Okay. It doesn't fit like how we want it to. It still fits. It's alright. We'll figure it out. We want it to be like this. This. Make it a little wider. I have to make sure that this prong still fits in the top prong after I'm done wrapping this. Should. I think it'll be alright. Okay, let's see if I'm ready to make the next prong now. Final prong. Then we have room for one or two more loops. Then that should be enough. Oh, 2 hours and 35 minutes in. I think we're doing all right so far. Yeah, I think one more loop. One more loop. So I'm gonna start making the final prong right here with this piece. This is gonna form the final prong at the bottom. All right. Now let's see if this fits in. Should make that prong a little bigger at the top. I think it's gonna be perfect. It might just be perfect. I'm gonna pull this one out carefully. I overdid a loop. And pull it back out. To undo, start undoing the other here too now. I can bring this down a little bit too. Oh, oh no, no. Oh no, 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 no. Centering this a little bit more. Trying to match these two pieces. Yeah, I'm gonna need my diamond file to get in there. Need a diamond file to get into that type spot. Oh, I didn't realize my thing's blurry. Come on. Give me a second, guys. Oh shoot, what did I click? What did I click? What did I click? Oops, my other camera froze now. Gonna work? Hold on. Three, two, one, work. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put it back in. All right, got it to work. You have to file the sharp edges of the wire so they don't get caught on people's skin or their clothes or anything like that. Put the diamond file back. Oh, we're almost 3 hours in. I was hoping to be done by now. Let's try to finish it within the next 30 minutes. I think that'll be at par with the last one. I think when I made it last time, this one, it took me 4 hours, maybe 3 hours, 3.5 or 4 hours. It might have taken a little bit longer. I don't know. At the final stages, anyways. There now. Make sure the 18 gauge fits through that little hole. Okay. Take out some of this wire. It's done with this one. Yeah, I kind of regret not making that a little bit lower, or else it would have been perfectly the same exact height. If I just made that loop a little bit lower. It's okay. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, it's good. I didn't feel what that one thing moved too much, but that's okay. Just relax. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Trying to crowd this wire, which goes out to the. I wish I could show you guys this properly. So like over here, that's why I made that indent at first, because the second layer and the first layer joined. And now I'm gonna have to oh, this actually scraped in nice. What the heck? I can just file it. Mm-hmm. Let's file it down. Oh, almost done, yo. Excited about this. Do I need to file it down with small? See this. Gotta watch out not to file that part. Oops, I think filed some of the weed. I'm gonna leave it like that and just finish wrapping it. Damn, I wish I could show you guys this properly. If you see the end, do you see how it's all leveled? I cut it off. Where I cut it off from? So I cut it off from right here because this is the second layer, right? It was one layer and then continuous wire, and then it slanted up like this. So it was one layer continuous, and then for the second layer, this slant up, so it can sit on top of the first layer, and that's the second layer, and then it ends right here, right? So you cut it right here, right where it meets the beginning of the second layer on the other end, and then since it's a little bit slanted, you have to cut it at an angle and then file it down so it flattens, and then it's completely leveled. That way you can wrap over it with a clean look. So you don't have to do all that, but it's just attention to detail, to be honest. Which where? That's not right. Only midnight now. 3 minutes 26 seconds. You know, might be able to finish it on time. This ain't even the last component of the bracelet. I've been working on the bracelet for a whole lot. I usually spend a whole day or two making them, but since I've been breaking this up into some streams, it's been taking a lot longer than it's supposed to, but it's okay. That piece flew somewhere. I put it flew some to the other end of the room. Really small piece. Hopefully I don't step on it. Hopefully just get the vacuumed up. Oh, I think I cut it perfectly. Fit right in. Sick. You won't even be able to tell where the wires join. It's like right here. See, it looks seamless For the two ends of the wire, I cut them perfectly, filed them in perfectly. So it looks like a seamless loop. Can't even tell. But a little bit shiny. But other than that, can't really, you want to be able to tell. Alright, moment of truth. So this is what the frame looks like, the bezel. You can see we have the two prongs. We're gonna set it in. We got the three loops. This loop came out smaller than I wanted it to. This one right here. But it should still be functional. Alright, let me just make sure it fits the 18 gauge. That 18 gauge fits in this, no problem. If I need to, I can always push this up a little bit. Make it a little bit better. Any rugged edges, just kind of smoothing them out. Okay, moment two. Let's see if this Moldavite fits into the bezel. Moment two. 3 hours, 32 minutes. Alright. Let's saying that I hope we finish in 3 hours and I'm consider 3.5 hours. So it's gonna be good. Alright. Time to bring the camera down here. Let's see if I can bring it like this. 1 second. Actually, you know what? I'll just keep it down here. This works better. So this is how we're gonna set it. Open the prongs a little bit. Might have to open it a little bit more. Or not. Might be able to get it in. Okay, it fits. It fits in now. Just gotta close the prongs. See that it fits in now. Just gotta close the prong. Let's close the top prong first because it's smaller. It's a smaller prong. Just make sure it's secure. Top prong seems secure. Now let's hit the bottom prong. It's secure. Top prong's a little shorter than the bottom prong. It's okay. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. I can skinny it out a little bit. Oops, I didn't realize I'm not on the thing. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave it like that. See if I need to hammer it down. Not hammer it, but press it down. Yeah, you have to be a little careful with this prong right here. Yeah, that prong is pretty damn big, I ain't gonna lie. What's done with this? That's a big ass prong, bro. That is a big ass prong. That's not. Let me open it a little bit. Hope it don't break anything. It don't break anything. I can make it appear to look smaller, the prong, if I can just open it. Okay, I open the prong. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna make the end of it completely hugged on. So what I'm gonna do over here, if you see, there's a little bit of room between the prong. Instead of having the bottom of the prong completely touching the Moldavite, I'm gonna bend it a little bit so it's not completely touching the bottom. So it gives it the effect that the prong is a little smaller. So you see what I did there? Sorry. So you see the prong looks a little smaller now? And now I'm gonna press it down. I think it should still hold it in place. Yep, because since it's held down from the edges, sorry, my bad, guys. So then the edge over here is holding the sides of the Moldavite. Since a little bit of it's inside of it, it's holding it in place from that side. So the prong doesn't necessarily have to touch the edge of the Moldavite. It just has to touch the top of the Moldavite because being held in place by the frame. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta just do that. And also because I made the prong a little bit down, the Moldavite looks a little longer too. So it gives it the effect that it's a little bit of a elongated um triangle. So it's a closer match to the other Moldavite. So this is what we got here for the Moldavite pieces. Let me dim the light here. Probably can't see the green too much because the way the lighting is. Um, hold on. Let me try to do this angle. Okay, it's a little bit better like this. So you see, this is the one we made right now. This is the one I made off stream. And now what we're gonna do is, hold on, I'm gonna open this up and show you how it looks with the other components. So we're gonna put this like this probably. Something like this. Oh wait, not to see, because the way that I made the prong, this still fits in. Yeah, you know what? I have to still adjust this prong a little bit more for this. Just have to. Hold on. You know what? I'll leave it like this. I won't fiddle with it too much, as long as it's still functional. Is it still functional? Yeah, it's kind of functional. Hold on, guys. My bad. Show you guys. Make that hole a little bit bigger. The loop. Ah, I didn't see that. Before I tightened the prong, I didn't see that. Okay, I think. How do I press this part? Stop holding the other part. Sorry. Almost done. I don't want that part. Why did. See, when I press it, this part is coming in. Just trying to stop messing with it. I think that should be good enough for this prong, the bottom prong. Let's just make sure that the wire fits through it. Okay, yeah, 18 gauge because this is what we're gonna make the jump ring out of. All right, anyways, let me show you guys what we're working with now, okay? So, so the Libyan desert glass is gonna be like this, and then we're gonna have one Moldavite on this side. All right, so this one I made on stream. If you guys just go through my live stream, the one with the Libyan desert glass, it's in the thumbnail. You can see how I did that. And then this over here. So it should, I'm gonna use jump rings to connect this side. So it's gonna look something like this. All right, that's gonna be the center of the bracelet, and then I'm gonna have these horizontal or these vertical Moldavites. I'm just gonna make some more. I gotta find more that are similar size. and it's gonna be like this. That's why I made 3 loops, like on this one, two, three. So it's gonna connect from the side here, and then from the top, I want to connect these Moldavites because originally I was gonna do these horizontally. That's why I made the loops like this. But now that I changed my mind, I'm like, okay, I gotta figure this out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a chain and connect the top and the bottom loops. This one's gonna be connected just by jump rings, right? So and then even over here, and it's gonna be like a fully around the wrist. I'm thinking, um, but hopefully this doesn't. But since it is sitting flat on the wrist, it won't tilt in inside because that end does not have a jump ring. This one, a loop, but since it's sitting on your wrist, it should sit perfectly, and it'll allow it to um yeah, I think it should work fine like this. So let's put this back here. Hold on, how did I do this? I don't remember what I did for my work spot. Something like this. Damn, messed up my setup a little bit. However it was before, I don't remember. However it was, I'm just gonna leave this like this. Okay, my work spot, something like this. Whatever, I'll fix it next stream anyway. I'm gonna be moving all this stuff around. So I just moved this out the way right now. And did I do this? Something like that. Something like this, something like that. Just don't want my webcam falling into my glass of water. Anyways, guys, so thanks so much for joining in and watching this live stream. It was a little bit long. We're almost 4 hours in, 3 hours and 45 minutes. This is what the final piece is looking like. I'm happy with it. We're getting closer to finishing this. Trying to show you guys the green hue of the Moldavite. You already know how the focus situation is. But anyways, it will be in the thumbnail, the picture of the mobile. So again, thank you so much for dropping in. Make sure to like the stream. Make sure to subscribe. Come through, guys, and don't be shy. Engage in the chat as well, and I will definitely will engage back. Also check out my shop, my Etsy shop, the Blue Lines Den. Etsy.com. The link is in the description. If you need a custom project done, hit me up. If you're looking for something, you can check my shop. It's not in there. Message me directly, and you can message me on Etsy or you can message me on Instagram, and we'll figure something out for you. I'm open to custom projects, and yes, first come first serve basis. And yeah, also come through my Overwatch live streams. I do game as well, so you guys can come through and watch those as well. And I might do one tonight. Who knows? If I have an hour or two, I might do that. And yeah, and again, guys, make sure to subscribe, drop down a comment, share this stream, and we'll leave it at that. Until next time, it is the Blue Line, and I am out. Peace.